차렷 경례. 바로 혼, 정심, 정시, 정각, 정도, 정행. Hello, welcome to International Sundo Association and the POIL Kouksundo Federation. My name is Hyunmoon Kim, and my Sundo name is POIL. POIL means the embracing one. I moved to United States 1979 to promote the Sundo in a foreign country. So ever since my moving to United States, I've been teaching Sundo in North America, including Canada, and also Europe, Southeast Asia, of course, in Korea as well, over almost 5 decades. Well, we are trying to produce this time to keep the history of our lineage from my teacher Chungsan, Blue Mountain, and his teacher Chungwoon, Clear Clouds, and his teacher Moowoon, No Clouds. So this production of the video will begin when my teacher Chungsan entered the mountain of the Taehaksa Mountain sometime later 1940s. And he built a little hut next to the temple. It is called at the time Haesan. And he raised his grandfather. And one day he met a hermit from the mountain, in the mountain. And he decided to follow his teacher. And ever since he was training in the mountain for nearly 20 years. So he came out to the city again 1967 So he made some transition from the mountain life to city life, and he studied the first Sundo Center in Seoul, Korea, 1970. So this tape will shows about where he entered the first time at the temple, and then the second time is like he studied the Sundo Center in 1970, and then we will try to trace his teachers, Chungwoon and Moon. They never came to the city in their whole life, but I happened to found where they were at least 10 years. One place is Seorak Mountain, is northeast from Seoul City. It's about 2-3 hours from here. And also Jirisan Mountain is about 5 hours from Seoul city. So we'll also try to see where they lived and where they resided and what they did. This is two locations. And also my teacher Chungsan used to visit one of the temple in Jeju Island. There is a big, huge stone, a rock, located next to the temple. So my teacher used to go there and then enjoy the rest of the resting the their hectic life, stressful life, and also same time refining his energy. And then we will visit a couple of my friend who is really supporting this filming and supporting my program in Jeju Island. So this is what we like to videotaping, and hope that all this document will give also the community as their pilgrimage of Sondo in large. So thank you for being with us, and hope that you are enjoying this video. Thank you. Yes, we are here at Taehaksa Buddhist temple, named Taehaksa because of this temple located in Taehak Mountain. This is where you can trace Kouksundo from the beginning. As probably many of you know that the Kouksundo was practiced in the mountain, mostly by the hermit tradition, in the cave for thousands of years. And one day, my teacher Chungsan arrived in this temple, later 40s, and he built a hut down there about 100 feet, like 200 feet down there in the forest, and support his grandfather. So because of the temple located next to his hut, he's coming to this temple and just helping the temple, and then try to learn the Buddhist Sutra and etc. And one day, the abbot of this temple asked him to go to the bigger temple, probably here about these days 20 minutes by driving car. And in the middle of that road, he met his future teacher, whose name is Chungwoon, Blue Mountain, Blue Clouds. And so that's why we are treated this temple is kind of the beginning spot of the Kouksundo history and Sundo history. And in 90s and 80s and 90s, I've been coming to this temple and meeting the founder of this temple, who was with Chungsan at the time. Of course, he was the one who asked Chungsan go to the bigger temple. And so he was very keen to Sundo. And then after that, it's the second generation. His son took over this temple, and thereafter, his grandson is the charge of this temple, abbot of this temple. So you will hear about his the recalling his memory of what he heard from grandparents and then his parents about the Chungsan and about the Sundo all about. So this is what we are visiting this temple today. By the way, the original name of this temple was at the time when Chungsan arrived, in front of this temple in the forest, was Haeson Am. It's called like in the ocean. Sun means like a Sundo. It's like the longevity, and the longevity in the ocean. That was the original name, but sometime this temple's name has changed to the Taehaksa.
우리 태학사는 옛 명칭으로는 해서남이라고 합니다. 저희 조부님이셨던 춘담 스님께서 1927년에 이 산에 오르셨다가 마애부를 친견하시고 기도를 하셨습니다. 마음속으로도 이렇게 그리던 그 소원을 성취하셨기 때문에 하산하지 않고 이 산에서 마애부를 지키시면서 나름대로의 그 당신의 마음을 다져갔죠. 유발자로서 마애부를 부처님으로 보시기에는 너무 송구스러워서 1932년도에 공주 마곡사에 가서 출가의 길을 걸으셨습니다. 그래서 그때 당시에 폐사되었던 사찰 해서남이라는 사찰을 다시 중창하고 이름을 살리셨어요. 그래서 이 사찰에는 현재는 태학사라고 하지만 옛 해서남이라는 명칭이 따라 붙습니다. 그 시절 마곡사에 출가하신 이후에 은사 스님은 이 옆 산에 있는 광덕사의 큰 스님을 은사 스님으로 모시고 낮에는 이곳에서 열심히 그 도량을 닦고 또 밤에는 공부하시고 이렇게 하시면서 이 사찰을 지켜오셨는데, 제가 어릴 적 듣기로는 자그마한 그 동자승, 동자승과 같은 아이가 있었는데, 주로 이 천안 지역의 다양한 사찰에 전달해야 될, 마곡사에 전달해야 될 어떤 서류들을 받아오면 이 해서남으로 가져오면은 그것을 모아 가지고 광덕사에다 이렇게 전달하는 그런 심부름도 아마 하셨다라고 그래요. 그래요. 근데 이 동자승이 어느 날 갑자기 이제 사라진 겁니다. 아마도 우리 국선도에 관여되신 분들 말씀으로 듣자하니 어떤 그 선사를 만나셔서 입산하시고 그 이후에 이렇게 세상에 국선도를 내놓으셨다라는 이야기는 들었습니다. 그래서 저도 초등학교 시절에 이 사찰 뒤쪽에 국선도를 하시는 몇몇 분들이 오셔서 수련도 하시고 또 어떤 그 큰 도장을 한번 만들어 보고자 꿈을 꾸셨던 그런 기억도 있습니다. 그분들도 이제는 밖에 세상에 나가셔서 각자의 그 국선도의 도인으로서 각자의 그 삶을 살아가는 걸로 알고 있는데, 그러다 보니 이 태학사가 그 국선도의 그 세상에 알려주신 그 청산 그 선사이시죠. 그분의 유년 시절 인연이 있었던 곳으로 보아서는 대한민국에 있는 모든 그 국선도를 하시는 분들께서도 아마 정신적으로는 그 최초의 청산 선사의 유년 시절을 보냈던 해서남, 이 태학산이라는 곳은 정신적 고향과도 같지 않을까 하는 마음이 듭니다. 그래서 최근에 국선도를 사랑하시는 분들이 오셔서 마음을 합치셔서 이곳이 국선도의 어떤 발원지, 아니면은 우리 국선도의 그 고향, 이러한 의미로서 표지석 이렇게 이야기도 하셨는데요. 저도 과거에 주부님한테 또 저희 아버님한테 또 제가 직접 겪었던 그 국선도라는 것에 대해서 조금은 그 이해를 하고 있기 때문에 제 마음으로는 그런 표지석을 모시는 일도 뜻깊은 일이다 생각하고, 제 마음속으로는 이렇게 쾌히 잘 되기를 바라는 마음 갖습니다. 또 그러한 계기를 통해서 전 세계 또 대한민국에 있는 국선도인들이 한 마음이 되어서 국선도의 발전을 위해서 함께 노력하고, 이 해서남 터인 태학사도 조금 기여할 수 있는 계기가 되었으면 좋겠습니다. 이렇게 태학사까지 찾아와 주셔서 여러 가지 그 연유를 묻고자 하시는데, 제가 이 정도 아는 만큼 말씀드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Yes, I am in Jirisan Mountain, Namon city side, and I'm visiting Hyunmoon village site. And this Hyunmoon village was existed in this valley since late 60s until 90s. And was several houses were there, not really houses, it's like a hut and cabins. And that is the place where Sundo lineage occupied the place, once, at least about 10 years. Once again, her name KOS. I like to use the initial. KOS met this hermit, our Sundo hermit, 1971. And she came to this site in the winter of the 1971. So she met Chungsan teacher's teacher, Chungwoon, clear clouds, and his teacher, no clouds, Moowoon. And she stayed here a couple months because she was a high school student. And she learned about different healing practices. So this village actually right now is became a preservative area, so we cannot be there. But this is kind of a memorial plaque for that village once existed in this valley. So that's why I'm visiting this place, and we are just trying to connect with the spirit of these hermits. Clear clouds, Chungwoon, and no clouds, Moon. And a little later, we like to see the how this village is looks like. We cannot see the village image, but you see the stream, the quite a big stream flows run through this village, and you'll see that what kind of a stream it looks like. And also, I like to show you overview of this valley so that you can just imagine that what kind of environment that those two hermits were located and resided this location once. Okay, so I'd like to invite you to the place that we can overlook this whole valley of this area. Yes, I would like to invite you, all of you, to Shimon village. We try to experience the energy of the Simon and spirit of the Simon village. And so I'd like to invite Seo Yu-jung, and she is the painter, and also she is a dancer of the spiritual expressions. Is getting touch with 7 stars from the sky. And so she performs a dance, but that dance is kind of a message from Shimon village. And also once our Sundo hermits were occupied in this area, it's kind of reflecting their teachings and energies to her dance. So we like to see that what kind of message they are sending us and what kind of a message is she receiving from them and with this mountain view.
Es gibt auf der Welt so viele Tränen und Nächte voller Einsamkeit. Und jeder wünscht sich einen Traum voller Zärtlichkeit. Und manchmal reichen ein paar Worte, um nicht mehr so allein zu sein. Aus fremden Menschen werden Freunde und große Sorgen werden klein. Die Reise durch die Nacht. Es gibt so viel Wege zu den Sternen und jeder sucht eine Hand, die ihn hält. Vielleicht ist jemand so traurig wie du. Komm und geh auf ihn zu. Verschließ heute Nacht nicht deine Türe und öffne heute dein Herz ganz weit und lass den anderen Wärme spüren in dieser kalten Jahreszeit. Ave Maria.
Welcome to Seorak Mountain. This is one of the national park in South Korea. So this place is located about 3 hours east from Seoul, and it's known as most sacred and secret the mountain for a Taoist people. And I'm here because I like to visit the rocking stone located in here, because the rocking stone means that several people can move and shake and rock, but it still stays there. So it's called rocking stone. I'm here because of the about 50 years ago, one of the lady I met, KOS, when she was 16 years old and guided by another Taoist master, came to here from Seoul and met Chungsan's grand teacher, Moowoon, no clouds. Just when you go down or on the way to this rocking stone, there is right before there is the two big huge stone, and then the moon was resided behind that huge rock, and made a little tunnel beside the rock and put some panels, wooden panels on the side. So he made a shelter for him. So when KOS came to here, that was the first time she met Moon. And he doesn't really teach you so much because of the hermits, the Taoist hermit. They don't speak ordinary language. It's called mountain language, and so only certain people can hear it and listen. So one of the Taoist master who guided the KOS to here, he was able to translate some. That's how she got communicate with Moon. Well, when she was here, and this Taoist master guided her to different valley of this mountain, so she spent some time during the summer school vacation near this rocking stone. So we like to explore this area a little bit and try to connect with the spirit of the moon today. Yeah, this place is right below the Hundelbai, the shaking rock. So when you're going like stone stairs, this is Hundelbai. And this, when you go straight that line, and you can go the big rock mountain, and it's called Ulsanbai. And as you see in the behind, left on me is this is the stone that behind this stone, and there's another huge stone, and that was the place where Moowoon, no clouds, once resided. Um, well, and also KOS told me that this court, small court, was kind of place that local people selling the collected herbs. So here's a small market, kind of street market, and used to have a small, like a temporary, like a wheel a cabin, and so they're selling the herbs right here. Well, this is what I heard from KOS, but happened to be I met who was these people who sold the herbs collecting from the mountain. They are Park family, because I happened to met a man in Gyeongju at one of our conference, and we just chatting each other, and then I found out that he's from this area, and exactly his family ran this market here, Park family. That's how I kind of matching from KOS's like recall the memory, and also this Park family, and one of the son of the Park family proved that yes, they were once here. Is kind of the image of this area, how they did it, and what kind of environment, the circumstances, and the atmosphere Moon has occupied at one time. This place, as you heard and seen the huge stone located here, and then because of that, a lot of Sundoists and Taoists and the meditator and coming here to meditate and disciplining their life. My teacher Chungsan, Blue Mountain, used to come here to gather the energy and the refining the energy from the stressful society life. And he was really was a good friend of the abbot of this temple, probably 10 or 20 years older than him, but they get along very well. That's what I heard from the abbot of this temple about 10 or 20 years ago. And ever since then, this place is kind of a sacred place for Sundo community. Not even with my teacher Chungsan and then his followers like me and his direct students coming here to time and practice Sundo and meditate. So this is where we are visiting today.
I actually never experienced being part of the Sunda community, but I can feel it. I can sense it. I can be part of the essence or spirit of the Sunda community because kind of the energy or the meditation and or the very pure, pristine mind of our human nature itself. I think that that's the part I am kind of supportive of Sanda community, and that's what also the Jeju Stone Park can give us. So it's like breathing space for me.
Welcome to Hakwari, Yuseong, South Korea. It's the middle of the Korea, and the bigger city in this area is called Daejeon. Well, I'm here because I'm visiting the place that where Chungsan, my teacher, used to live here for about 10 years, from 1970 to 1980. And then that place is a memory of this village. And they are all removed and then redeveloped, and all buildings are here. But why people are coming to this area is feng shui-wise, energy-wise, this place related and connect to the North Star. That's why that is called 천명각, it means that they relate to the heavenly energy. And so that is how you can find the specialty of this location. Maybe because my teacher Chungsan moved here and lived here for a while because of that kind of connection and then environment. Where today we are going to meet a person, a fellow who used to live here as a neighbor of my teacher Chungsan, and he will witness that he was the neighbor of Chungsan and how he observed Chungsan as neighbor, not from Sundo practitioner's point. So you will find out that this area, and then I think this area is one of the Sundo pilgrimage, the path, and so you'll be interested that where he's living once located in this area in Hakwari, Yuseong, Daejeon City.
네, 제 이름은 정병용이라고 하고, 제가 살던 곳은 요 지점에서 또 청산거사님이 사시던 곳은 저 큰 건물 위치에서 있었는데, 70년대부터 한 80년, 한 10여 년을 청산 선사님께서 이곳에 머무르셨던 걸로 알고 있습니다. 근데 청산 선사님과 직접적인 인연은 없는데, 거기 아드님과 제가 같은 학교를 다니면서 그 국선도에 대해서 많은 이제 이야기를 많이 듣고, 그 청산 선사님의 이 어떤 그 도력이나 이런 것을 제가 옆에서 많이 느끼면서 저희도 나중에 그 도에 대한 어떤 정신세계를 받아들이는 그런 큰 계기가 됐습니다. 그리고 여기는 이제 하카리는 또 지명도 그렇지만은 많은 도인들이 이곳을 찾아서 어떤 정신세계의 어떤 그 기운을 받고자 많은 한국의 도인들이 이곳을 찾는 곳입니다. 그래서 이제 지금까지 청산 선사님의 어떤 그런 도력과 어떤 그 능력이 이곳과 같이 어울려서 발전하는 그런 계기가 되지 않았나. 그래서 국선도가 오늘날에 한국은 물론 전 세계적으로 힘을 발휘하는 그런 그 모태가 되지 않았나, 그렇게 생각이 듭니다.